Hey, what's up? It's me, Louis. Seems like it's been a while, so I thought I'd do another video. You know, being an average person, things don't happen to me every single day that I can talk about. So, hey, I thought rather than kind of faking lots of interesting content, I'll just do stuff and interesting stuff happens and you can just follow me through it. So, it's been, I don't know, probably about 2 or 3 months since I last did the last video. Lots has happened since then. Quit my job and went freelance. Freelance to me, in terms of what I do on a day to day, means helping people with their digital activity. So, helping big brands realize their digital potential through correct management and process, otherwise known as digital project management. So it's been going really well. Managed to get myself a contract, which has been going really well. Obviously, all clients and projects and whatevers have their ups and downs, but it's been going good. 2 months into free. Wouldn't be surprised if somebody that I knew from this place is actually watching this. So it's been going really, really well. Now, of course, I'm not I'm joking, but no, I'm being serious. It's gone really well. So hopefully, looking to continue that and continue doing this thing. Really difficult decision for me to go freelance because I was in a permanent position. Been there for almost 2 years, feeling relatively comfortable. And hey, guess what? I decided I want to throw it all away and do something whereby, you know, I didn't even know if it was going to go well or not. And I got, home to live in. I have family to look after, not solely, but I jointly look after a family. So, there was a lot of risk there. And essentially, it seems to be working out. I mean, obviously, it's only been 2 months. There's, lots of years to live yet. But, the fear that I had going into it seems to have disappeared, and I don't need to be so, what's the word, afraid, basically, of doing what I want to do. And that kind of leads me into something that was really powerful, probably one of the most powerful things that was said to me probably since the video that I made last time was made. In that, somebody told me, I'm not going to say who it is, but somebody told me not to be afraid of doing what you want to do. I tap my hand on the table to attenuate or accentuate that particular comment, which was made to me. But I do that because it's such a powerful thing. It's so simple, and I think the best ideas are always simple. But it's not just with this job, but it's with anything you want to do. If you want to make any kind of life for yourself, any kind of career, if you want to make, I don't know, pasta instead of, I don't know, bloody roast dinner, or whatever it is. If you want to do something, right, go ahead and do it. Don't be afraid. Don't use excuses. Just do it. Yes, obviously there's risks in everything. If I step outside my house and turn left instead of right, who knows what can happen? There's a risk. But if you don't take those decisions, then you can spend a lot of time either A, procrastinating, or B, missing out on opportunities that you would have otherwise had. And this is not one of those, self-help kind of, motivational videos where I'm going to sit there and lecture for like next 5, 10 minutes, but it really helped me in terms of making a few big decisions that I've made. And one of them obviously was changing my job. So yeah, it's helped me to kind of like move forward and be happier, I think, in terms of what I'm actually doing. Because rather than being afraid to do what I want to do, I now have the confidence to do what I want to do. Not because I think it's all going to work out fine, because sometimes it doesn't, but to know that I'm actually taking my decisions into my own hands and pushing them forward. Because I think if you do what you want to do, you will actually put more effort into making sure it's a success. And so, you know, so far so good, basically. What else has happened? I went to Poland. I went to Poland, and I've also been to Budapest, Slovenia, Slovakia, and Rome. Yeah, so a few places. They're all really interesting. Which one was probably the most interesting? Oh, I don't know. I didn't spend too much time in any of those places to know too much, but I think Slovenia is beautiful. Really, really nice place to go. it's weird because it's not like a tourist destination. You don't think, oh, you know, what are we going to do this summer? Oh, let's go to Slovenia. But in terms of like the people, in terms of the culture, in terms of like just the things to see and do, it's not a massive city, but there's stuff to see and do. Really, really nice. Really enjoyed it. And the people really do make it because I met some people out there that, you know, really, really interesting, you know, really interesting. Really cool people and just have a different kind of perspective in the day-to-day life that, you know, living in a London top 5 city in the world, you know, doesn't give you. So, you know, really interesting perspectives in terms of life and day-to-day and aspirations and all that kind of stuff. So I'm all into that, and it's really nice to meet people that are also into that stuff. So yeah, that really, really cool. I'd like to go to another couple of places before the new one is born. Having a boy, I think that's new news since last video. Don't think I've discussed it, but having a boy sometime in July, so maybe I'll show some more videos about how that's going. But so far so good with that as well. But yeah, I really want to go see maybe another race. I love Formula One. Vettel came like pole position today in the Baku Grand Prix, so really like well done to him. If he's even watching this, who knows? But yeah, really, really like want to go to another Formula One race. So I need to check the calendar and see what's on there. But hey, next video I'll let you know if I make a decision on that. Either way. What else has happened? What else has happened in general in the public? Because it's kind of like a video vlog, right? So kind of like making note of the things that have happened. So what things have kind of caught my interest? The whole Windrush thing is nuts. At first I didn't think it was a big deal, but I think as the first story broke out, I was like, oh gosh, you know, that's really unfortunate. But then when I kind of heard more about it, I was just like, flipping out, these people are like devious, I don't know, whatever's. Like, my goodness, how can you make such a policy that seems to disregard the citizens' rights and citizenship of such a vast group of people, especially people that have contributed in such a way that has actually enhanced and benefited the country as a whole, or at least the city as a whole, because most of them would have come to London, right? As opposed to, I don't know, Cornwall or something. So, you know, this city has definitely benefited London, where I am at, and I find it surprised that the people in Westminster, one of, you know, the main districts, as you could say, or boroughs of London, these people, you know, have made a decision to, you know, administer a certain policy that kind of discriminates against them and makes them seem like they're not really right to be here, which is absolutely ridiculous and absolutely absurd. And it feels bad. You know, this Amber Rudd person doesn't even seem to have her house in order and understand what exactly it is she's inherited and what the hell is going on with that whole situation. The person who was involved in it is now actually our Prime Minister, Theresa May, and a person that, as time has gone on now, seemed to be, you know, I mean, who voted her in, right? I mean, she's been voted in and lost her majority, or her, you know, big majority that she had before. I didn't vote for her. I did not vote for her. I'm not going to say who I did vote because that gets really political, but I'm not so much a fan of her anymore. You know, at first it seemed like she had really good policies and stuff, and she seemed really fair. I don't really think, I mean, she wasn't a Brexiteer, so now that she's trying to push this whole thing through with Brexit, I don't really feel very confident that she's going to do a very good job. I don't see a lot of good stuff coming out of it so far. We've got like less than a year to go before the whole thing starts to be set into motion. So like, do we know a lot more now than we did say, I don't know, 12 months ago? I don't think so. So don't feel confident there. What else has happened? This Alfie baby has died, which is really unfortunate. There's another case that happened that was very similar to it, and that kind of ended in the same way. And I just wondered, like, it's a bit nuts how the government has this ability to be able to tell you what is right or wrong for your sick child. You know, I'm about to be a father for the second time, and I would hate for someone to tell me, hey, you can't do X, Y, and Z because your child is sick and we don't think they have a chance in hell of surviving. And you trying to do the best for your child, or at least trying to extend their life, is just actually extending their pain. So we're making a decision for you, and you don't get to make a say in terms of whether your child lives or dies. I think that's wrong. What else has happened? I think those are the main things. If there's anything more important, it would have probably jumped out to me first. But those two main stories have gone on, and that's kind of my opinions on those. We've had absolute blazing heat in the past 2 weeks, and now this week it's like been absolute like rain drenched city, and it's nuts. I've dropped my wife off to the airport this morning, so dropped her off for a flight at 6 o'clock in the morning. Got back in at about 6 myself, so dropped her off obviously 2 hours before the flight was going to happen, obviously. So a bit knackered. Whilst I was in Poland, I dropped my glasses. Can you even tell? No. But being the guy that I am, I'm really like anal about these kind of things. If there's like a smaller scratch on something that's new, I want it replaced. I want it fixed. And obviously, you can't fix scratches in glass very easily. It's better to replace it. And you can't fix scratches or marks in plastic either, which is exactly what the two materials of my glasses are. So I've just gone to get them at least like in terms of the shape of them, like put them back into order. And basically two opticians tell me that if I love to spend money, then I should get them fixed. Otherwise, they can't really see the marks, so I shouldn't worry about it. So I'm going to go with their advice for now and see if I can live with it. But what I have done, and you know, there's no insurance for these kind of things. If you scratch your frame of your glasses, it's your fault, and you've got to buy some new ones. You've got to buy some new ones. I bought new ones already, so got another pair of these frames, which I love so much. Tell me if you like them or not. And basically, if anything happens to these ones that I've got on my face, I got another pair just like this that are ready to take to stand in basically and continue this fashion trend of mine. So. Hopefully it won't be too soon I have to bring them out, but they are there as my insurance because you can't get insurance, as I just mentioned, for frames. And gosh, what else I could have done? What else I gonna do? Not much, man. Hopefully I'm thinking, oh, where's my head? Not that I'm a massive, but I am a massive. I am a fan. I'm a fan of Arsenal. You know I'm a fan of Arsenal. I'm a fan of Arsenal. So Arsene Wenger's leaving. Damn, he's leaving. I wanted him to stay. I mean, I've kind of joined on to the Arsenal bandwagon, but really and truly, I've joined on not when it was like super glory days, but probably in the past like 4 years or so, when they haven't really been winning that much apart from FA Cups and stuff like that, and Carling Cups and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, I think before they were winning those cups, I was on board. I was always been a fan, kind of a closet fan. Now I'm coming out and being more of a real fan, but I know that it's tough times. I think Wenger is a very commendable person for what he's achieved in the game of football, but also for Arsenal Football Club. Many managers have come and gone, and the only person you can really compare him to in the game at the moment is Fergie. And I think when you're comparing another manager to Fergie, who's probably arguably the most successful football manager in history, then you must have done something right. And I think Arsene Wenger has done a lot right. Obviously, a lot of things are going wrong at the moment for the team. And I think it's mainly just due to the class of players that we have. I mean, we have some world-class players in Wilshere, in Ozil, in Aubameyang now. I think now in Lacazette, because he's starting to come into form. I think we have Monreal, who I think is world-class. And Hector Bellerin has his good days and bad days. El Neni is doing better. But, some people, are got different opinions than him. But we've got good players, but we've got some really bad ones, man. Come on. We've got some bad players. Let's just be real. Peter Cech looks like he's at the end because I seen some saves that Ospina was making in the last match, which was against Atletico Madrid, which I don't think. Well, they didn't really have much chances, but I think the kind of games I've seen Ospina having and the kind of saves that he's been making recently, I don't know if Peter Cech's making those kind of saves. Let's just be real. I think Peter Cech on his days as good as most goalkeepers, but there are some spectacular ones. And trust me, given the defence that we have at Arsenal Football Club, we need some spectacular ones. So, basically, Arsene, I'm pretty mature. If I do another video in the next couple of months or so, I'll probably be touching on this topic again. But Arsene, I will salute you, man. I think you've done really well. Is it time for a change? Probably, yeah. When you've been a manager of a club for 20-something years, at some point, it's time to go. And, at the end of the day, he's either going to go this year or next year, right? It's not like, he had 5 years left on his contract and he's leaving, 4 years early. He was going to leave next year anyway. So it's not going to make that much of a difference if he leaves now as opposed to in a year's time. Apart from the fact that we could find a new manager who can take us in a new direction. And, at the end of the day, we support, as many people on Arsenal Fan TV say, Arsenal Football Club. And the manager is part of that. But when the manager is gone, we're still supporting Arsenal Football Club. So with the new manager, we'll support that manager as well. And whatever changes he looks to make, along with the board, to improve things going forward, we'll welcome them. Obviously, if we think that things have been made or decisions that are being made are not helping the team, then people will be vocal about it. And I think Arsenal Fan TV is doing a good job of that. But hopefully it will be for the better, and hopefully things will improve. Anyway, we look forward to hopefully the next tie between Atletico Madrid and Arsenal at Madrid, and hopefully we'll come out on top. Anyway, this has been a long video. It's been like 15 minutes now. I need to shoot. So that's the sign of the times at the moment. And hopefully, as times go on, we'll have a bit more to talk about. But this is your average guy in London doing another vlog, which, 5 people saw the last one. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, peace.